Welcome to Week 6. This week we're covering Chapter 10 and Chapter 11, bringing up difficult issues and working with angry clients. This is the definition of a confrontation, offering our point of view. However, many think that confrontation involves anger or other emotions. Confrontation does not need to be an angry, accusatory action. Discrepancies are such situations as the client says one thing but does another. The client says he needs an apartment but then never goes to look for one. That's a discrepancy. The client has one perception of events or circumstances and you have another. The client thinks you snubbed her when you believe you did not see her. The client tells you one thing, but the client's body language sends a very different message. The client says he is doing well, but looks tired and anxious. Confrontations of discrepancies are one of the areas wherein new counselors find it difficult to speak up. It is your job to wonder and to point out such discrepancies, to bring them to the client's awareness. Asking permission to share your ideas or observations is especially helpful technique when working with defensive or reluctant clients. From last week, we started talking about I statements. It bears repeating and review of the structure of an I statement. I feel blank when there's no acknowledgement of all the work I have done. As a result, it makes me frustrated to continue to put in extra hours. Can you give me a little feedback about my work? Here's another example of an I message. An easy way to start a confrontation is to say, I am concerned. This is an I message, and take responsibility for your feelings of concern. It is not accusatory nor angry. On pages 220 and 222 in your textbook is an opportunity to practice your confrontation skills. Most new student counselors that I have worked with indicate that confronting clients is very difficult. So practice makes perfect, even if no one else is watching or listening. Practice your confrontation skills. It will get easier and easier with practice. Collaterals are other people involved with the clients: parents, spouse, roommates, friends, other family members. In confronting other people, it is tempting to throw out the rules and simply show our annoyance or exasperation. The problem with that approach lies in the fact that we need to work with other people and the agencies that they represent. We must be able to communicate with others in order to help the clients, the people that we serve. There are many communication patterns that can turn off your client or their family members. When you get to recording your sessions for this course, consider if you rely on any of these communication patterns, which can sound overbearing. Getting feedback from others when you are practicing is another way to learn and improve. Some communication patterns, such as you know, or I understand, or bro, dude, honey, or hun, can just be annoying. Other communication patterns demonstrate a lack of sensitivity and should be eliminated, such as the word but or however, which are argumentative. Here's what I think you should do. This phrase does not solicit feedback from the client and is just giving advice without seeing how it fits with the client's perception. Again, try to eliminate all of these phrases or patterns from your professional counseling voice. Remember, being a professional is a standard above being a friend, a family member, or a sponsor. Now we'll move on to Chapter 11 about addressing and disarming anger. Anger management skills are very important to have, both as a counselor and in order to role model for your clients. In the Files menu on the left-hand side of the navigational menu in Handouts is a Client Anger Management Workbook. These workbooks are free from the Substance Use and Mental Health Services Administration at www.samhsa.gov. Disarming anger eliminates an obstacle to true understanding. Once the anger has been dissipated, then you can work with the client to get to an understanding of the problem and begin the problem solving. Remember from the previous slide, there are many reasons for the client's anger. Taking the client's anger personally is the number one mistake that new case managers make when dealing with angry clients. If we react to a client's anger punitively or with exasperation or frustration, this is unprofessional and does not increase the communication. It will instead shut down the communication. So we need to know how to disarm anger. There are 4 steps to disarming anger. Number 1, be appreciative. You may not agree, but you can thank the person for bringing this up or say that you appreciate hearing about this. Number 2, ask for more information. Without grilling the person, and to understand better, ask for particulars. Use your open-ended questions to keep down defensiveness. Number 3, find something with which you can agree. You might say something like, I'm sure that could have happened, or I can see why it looked that way. Number 4, begin to focus on a solution. Try to collaborate on a solution. The client owns the problem, so you need to decide to what extent you can assist. What not to do. Do not become defensive. Defending yourself makes others angry, and you lose the opportunity to solve the problem. Do not become sarcastic or facetious. When you thank clients for their comments or agree to something, you could sound sarcastic, especially if you are feeling defensive. Do not act superior. Accept that it is all right for you to be wrong in your perceptions or in your behavior, and it is all right for the client to be wrong too. Do not grill the client. When you ask questions for a better understanding, don't ask one after the other in a doubtful tone. Anger is an emotion. It does not equal aggression. If you listen to the message and not the anger, you can benefit from useful feedback you may be getting. There are many anger management tools. If you see the handouts in the Files menu on the left-hand side. Timeout, both informal and formal timeouts, are helpful. An anger meter, triggers, learning about your triggers, learning communication skills, changing negative and hostile self-talk, thought stop techniques, and deep breathing. These are the techniques that you would teach your clients to handle their anger. When there is an angry outburst, which sometimes can happen very suddenly, the first priority is to secure the safety of everyone around. You are the leader in this situation, and directing others to leave the area or to call the police or to walk the client out of the building is a responsibility that falls to you. Practice, practice, practice. Even if there are no others around, you will eventually sound more natural. Be sure to practice body language and movements too. Counseling and communication skills are learned and need to be practiced over and over. At an in-person classroom, you would practice these different skills over and over. So take some time now to do this on your own.